And I'm back with more dual Destinies. We've investigated Themis Academy, finding out that there was a dead body in the location and in the exact same orientation as a mock trial that was going on during their festival. So, Athena's friend Juniper, which shows up, because this is technically earlier in the timeline, this is the first time they met, but they meet again in Turnabout Countdown, so this is going to be the first of 2 times Juniper is, well, indicted on court charges. So, gotta figure out why. But Athena has taken control of this case, and I'm gonna keep going from there. Hate to interrupt your bonding time, but aren't you rather new to all this? You're barely even a lawyer. Well, I don't have much experience, and I may need Apollo and Mr. Wright's help at times, but nobody believes in Junie as much as I do. And I'll help you too. There's no way you murdered your professor. Athena? Apollo? Thank you both. I'm counting on you. We've got your back. Guess things worked out after all. Now that you have your lawyers, Miss Woods, it's time for us to head back to the station. I can't believe Junie's been arrested for murder. I can't believe I accepted her case without asking Mr. Wright. Take a deep breath and relax. Look, I'm here to help with whatever you need. So let's get right on the case. Right! I won't have this case left in the hands of rank amateurs. If anyone's gonna solve this case, it'll be me. Time to investigate. Why, that smug little... You hadn't even finished law school. You! That was totally rude! You're not the only one on this case, man! I'm in! I'm in too! Big time! Juniper Woods! I'm gonna save you! And I'm sorry for screaming. Now that those two are gone, let's get back to what I was talking about in front of the stage. About that mock trial, that is. Oh, right. Said the victim's location, position, and so on were just like the script. Exactly. But without the script or any props, it's kind of hard to explain. Perhaps I can help, Hair Forehead. Yes, he's back! Prosecutor Gavin, what are you doing here? You two seem to know each other. Is someone gonna introduce me? Why, I do believe we have a fresh face here. Greetings, Fräulein. I'm Clavier Gavin. Some know me as a prosecutor, but I'm most famous for my former rock band. We were quite popular, you know, but we went kaput. Perhaps you've heard of us, the Gaviners. I was the lead vocalist. Well, never heard of your band. Then again, I was out of the country till recently. But, can I get your autograph? You just met him like 3 seconds ago and you want his autograph? Forgive me, Fräulein, but I've retired from the music biz. I'd be happy to offer my autograph as a rockstar prosecutor. Oh, okay, that one then. She's a lively one, hey, Hair Forehead? Didn't know she was your type. She's the newest member of the Write Anything agency, that's all. Nice to meet you. I'm Athena Sykes. A pleasure to meet you too. Now that the intros are out of the way, I'm sure you have some questions for me, Hair Forehead. Full motion hair sweeping. Love it. What are you doing here? I'm here for the same reason as your boss. To give a lecture and a training seminar. So he's the famous prosecutor they invited? I bet everybody was thinking Edgeworth, and then it turned out to be Gavin, and it's like, interesting. Well, to be fair, I think Gavin has way more publicity than Edgeworth does. Edgeworth's at a higher position, but Gavin is a rock star. His name would probably go around anyway. I have another crucial role to play. The Governors are getting back together in a one-time special performance. Even though you guys disbanded? It is a shame, by the way, really. Yeah, I know how much you adored our music. Anyway, I studied abroad in Germany to get my badge early, so I did graduate from there. Wait, so that performance Junie mentioned. I see you already heard about that. Student representative was selected to sing with us on stage. And the stage was supposed to look like this tomorrow. 2 big winners and a pair of wicked statues. It's just an illustration, but it's not half bad. Wicked statues? Wait, they're supposed to be you and Mr. Right? Bingo, Fräulein. And they were so big and magnificent, too. What a terrible waste. But the worst part of the whole thing is my long-awaited reunion with my mentor never came to pass. Wait, don't tell me your mentor was Professor Court. She's the one who taught me how to think about the law. So Constance Court was your professor here in the academy? She may have taught the judge course, but she had a big impact on me. She was fond of saying the end is only justified through proper means. She wouldn't tolerate dishonesty, and always revered what was right above anything else. I can feel his sadness. Oh no, I think I'm gonna cry. Athena, are you tearing up? No, I can't blame you. Prosecutor Gavin owns a lot of who he is to Professor Court. Exactly. So as you can see, we're both joined in purpose, so to speak, yeah? Now, let's rock this place hard. Hey, huh? I don't follow. Let's rock what? Forget already? I said I'd help you explain the mock trial. We're gonna reprise it right here in the lecture hall. Might help her catch the killer. Ah, well, that's different. A little mock trial, huh? Ah, this is kind of neat. Right, stage is ready. And you, Hair Forehead, ready to rock? No. The defense is not ready to rock? You saw the actual mock trial earlier. Just relax, you'll do fine. Besides, we have the script right here. Junie's masterpiece? The one everyone had been talking about? Ja. There's only one in existence. I borrowed it, if you will. Now, Fräulein, we'll need you to play the part of defendant and judge as per the script. Okay, got it. I've only read the case outline so far. I don't know how it actually turns out, so I'll be treating it like I'm prosecuting a real case. You, Hair Forehead, will play the part of a fledgling lawyer, a role you were born to play. All the evidence is also here with us. We have everything we need to reprise the mock trial. Oh god. Trebied. I want to say that's what they call it. Trebied, is that English? That's not English, is it? Anyway, let's get started. God damn it, I got so confused because they had 2 different versions of it in Persona 3. Anyway. Defendant/judge Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to rock. Court is now in session for the reenactment of the mock trial. Or what I'd like to call the mock trial. Yeah, a double mockery. Perhaps a trial. But a trial is still a trial. A tune, baby! It's no holds barred! Let's rock. Oh, can we take it easy today?
Objection!
Oh, no. It may just be a mock of a mock, but there's only one way to compete. You play to win. So remember, each time I catch you slacking off, I'm holding you in contempt of court. Right. A judge that voices her own objections and abuses her powers? Ugh. Now then, Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, if you please. You got it, Fräulein Judge. A case is set in a school very much like this one. The victim, the professor, male. Or female. The defendant, an archery club member, also female. Oh me, oh my. I'm innocent! Innocent, I tell you! That's some seriously bad acting. Anyway, the victim's body was discovered in the middle of the quad. Here's a shot of the crime scene. Ironically, it was Professor Court who posed as the corpse. Their forehead, how did the mock trial participants react to the photo? Mr. Newman was surprised by what Professor Court was wearing. He reacted with, "Oh, the green sweatsuit!" It's not exactly what I would pick on. Why would they care about that? Too much of a fledgling to know the important one, that's the case. Or what's important, but... Let's see, she was wearing a sweatsuit. Moving right along. Wait, hey, wait a second! The body was discovered in the same area as the mock case, although there was a stage. Plus the murder weapon, an arrow, and a lack of blood are the same. That's right. And therein lies the significance of this mock trial. So let's keep rocking it hard, just like that. Before the crime occurred, the defendant was to meet with the victim in the quad. Let's see here. When I arrived at our meeting place, I found the professor with an arrow in her stomach. But it wasn't me, I didn't kill her. You don't have to ham it up like that. This is what my friend tells me every time I try to voice act, that I'm not good at it. But I can't help myself. Anyway, it's called getting into character. Don't be such a wet blanket. Well, as long as I'm not making impressions or trying accents, I think I'm alright. For having one shot at doing it right, I guess. Anyway, and having absolutely no training. But whatever. Right, let's see. Then you said... A frail co-ed used her bare hands to stab her professor with an arrow? I don't think so. At the time of the murder, a male student was seen holding a bow in the archery club room, which had a clear view of the quad. He shot the arrow into the victim before my client even got there. 9-9. That feigned swagger doesn't suit you at all, in the least. Order! Order! Especially you, Mr. Justice. Me? I was just trying to get into it like Mr. Euro Rocker said. Ugh. So the victim was shot from the archery club room before the meeting even took place. Hence, the defendant could not be the killer. Seems to be the defense's assertion. Prosecutor, do you have any objections? The autopsy report notes that the edges of the victim's wounds were unusually ragged. Or the edges of the wound, excuse me. So, how could such physical trauma possibly result from an arrow shot from a bow? 9. I believe the victim was impaled with the arrow by hand, post-mortem. In short, the real murder weapon was not the arrow at all. When Robin was prosecutor, he had a tough time determining the real murder weapon. Well, he's just a student. A warm-up act while I'm the real deal. The headliner, so to speak. The true murder weapon was most likely the awl that was left in the art room. An awl? What's that? I mean, an awl? What might that be? It's a kind of tool used for poking holes in paper, wood, and other materials. It's kind of like an ice pick. Got a photo here if you're interested. Gross! It's all bloody up to the handle. Please tell me that's just paint. Most likely, Fräulein. Pretty realistic, yeah? Let's pretend it's real for now. The defendant's prints were lifted from the murder weapon. Furthermore, traces of the victim's blood were discovered in the art room. That's where I believe the murder actually took place. So the question now is, how did the body get from the art room to the stage? My phone hit the edge of my computer. The murder took place in the third floor art room, but the body was found in the quad. It must have been quite a chore moving the body all the way. Not at all. There's a maintenance area and a storehouse right outside the art room. And a cart used to carry balls around was found over there. Oh, I think I've seen one of those before, but that's a pretty big one. A jumbo, yeah? Big enough to fit a person. Or a body in it. The defendant dropped the body from the art room window, then moved it with the cart. That's how a high school girl could easily move a body all by herself. You don't say!
Objection!
A body dropped from the 3 stories up would show signs of massive blunt force trauma.
Objection!
That may be true. But you failed to account for the large high jump mat that was in the storehouse. The body dropped onto such a mat would show no signs of blunt force trauma. It's almost scary how similar this whole case is to the mock trial proceedings. Quite the crafty killer, in an attempt to cast suspicion on the archery club. They moved the body to the quad where it would be an easy shot from the club room. And then the killer faked the murder weapon by inserting an arrow into the all stab wound. Sounds like he is only high praise for Junie's script. Were there any further arguments from the defense? No. It seemed like the teacher who was playing the judge was satisfied too. Time for the finale then. Your verdict, if you please, Fräulein Judge. Oh, right, that's me. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Juniper Woods. Wait a second. Even if this is just a mock trial of a mock trial, I don't want to declare her guilty. Yeah, perhaps that's not such a good idea. Let's end our mock trial right here. Besides, it's about time I get back to my investigation. Thanks, you two. Little run through the mock trial cleared up a few things. Well, tune, baby. Prosecution's already got a witness sized up, too. Well, that was quick. Blackwell's almost too good. You're sure in a helpful mood today, Prosecutor Gavin. When is he never not helpful? Well, like I said, I just want to catch whoever killed her. And there's no reason for me to start butting heads with you two. Anyway, I won't say goodbye, as I'm sure I'll be seeing you later. I always thought prosecutors were all a little scary bunch. But Prosecutor Gavin seems pretty nice. Yeah, he's not so bad as prosecutors go. We should get back to investigating, too. We don't have nearly enough information yet. We also have to tell Mr. Wright we've accepted her case. Right. Looks like we got the work cut out for us. Okay, move to the hallway. Oh, Mr. Wright! Uh-oh. I heard they arrested your friend Juniper. Yeah, Detective Fulbright just took her in. I refuse to believe that one of our students is capable of murder. We must prove her innocence by any means necessary. The end justifies the means. What do you mean the end justify the means? I, Professor Means, always say what I mean. And mean what I say, by all means. Here at our esteemed academy, we train our students to produce meaningful results. You believe in Juniper's innocence, do you not? Well, of course I do. She wouldn't hurt a fly. Precisely. We have justice on our side. The only other thing we need are results. It is the height of folly to endanger your client by failing to pursue all means possible. Sure, I want to prove her innocence, but I don't like the sound of the end justifies the means part. Well, you are still young and idealistic. It's no wonder you fail to see the wisdom therein. There is but one thing to do now. I must personally take up Juniper's defense. You're going to take her case? I may be a professor, but I'm still licensed to practice law. In fact, I've even battled Professor Courtwell in court. No kidding. So were you rivals or something? No, nothing of that sort. She was an esteemed colleague at the academy and in court. You see, Professor Court and I graduated from this academy at the top of our class. Man, I bet they used to really bring it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd best go discuss the case with Juniper. Professor Means, wait! I didn't want to say anything, but Apollo and I have already agreed to take her case. It's true. Juniper's counting on us to prove her innocence. Really now? You too? And when were you planning on telling me? Sorry, boss. I know we should have asked first, but relax. Your friend was just hauled away right in front of your eyes. Sometimes you just gotta make snap decisions. And I think you made the right one. How wonderful! Very well, Athena Sykes. Just let me ask you just one thing. As a lawyer, what is it that you treasure beyond all else? That's an easy one, Professor. Seeking justice for my clients. What a wonderful answer. Juniper must be overjoyed to have a friend such as you. As a professor, I too shall do whatever I may to help her. And if you decide to take the end justifies the means strategy, come see me at once. God, that fucking smile. Let's hope it never comes to that. Now, if you would excuse me, I need to go polish my teeth and my globe. Well, time's a wasting. Better start investigating her fast. But first, how about I tell you everything I know so far? Yes, please. Have you learned anything new about the case? Actually, I ran into Prosecutor Gavin and he told me something interesting. Seems the murder took place in the art room. There's traces of a large pool of blood in there. So the police believe the body was moved there to the stage. What, really? Just like that mock trial again. The police are searching the art room, but whether they'll find anything... Well, what? Come to think of it... Let's do our own crime scene investigation. Yeah. Just do it discreetly so nobody knows you were there. Where was I again? There's really no need to talk about it right here, right now. I want you two to find out for yourselves. So were you shocked by your conversation with Professor Means? Oh, I guess so. Actually, that was pretty shocking. The dark age of the law. I'm sure you've heard those words before. Sure, a number of times. Prosecutors file false charges and lawyers fight back with fabricating evidence. There's a lot of that going around these days. But the question is, how does it relate to the case at hand? Training students to produce results. That is the school's policy. Well, that in and of itself isn't a bad thing. Right. As long as those results come by fair and honest means. But what was it he said? The end justifies the means? To survive the dark age of the law, you must use any means necessary. Fabrication of evidence and false charges are unavoidable in the quest for results. That's what they were preaching here at Themis Legal Academy. What'll happen to our legal system if results are all that matter anymore? Relax, it's just a rumor. I'll take it with a grain of salt if I were you. That look on his face tells me he doesn't believe that. He had me going for a minute. Wait a second. What if he examined the victim's body for a reason? Maybe he was worried someone might actually tamper with the evidence. I think that all about wraps up what I know so far. The fact that this case closely resembles Miss Wood's script is obviously important. Knowing that, you should probably try and identify what's the same and what's different. Okay, I'll try talking to as many people as I can on campus. Alright. Speaking of that, we'll finish up this stuff in the next video. Should be one more set of investigation before we get to the trial. Questions. Well, we'll get to more questions next time.